cried at a commercial once, or at a song you've heard 100 times, or when someone said something kind to you when you weren't expecting it. And maybe, in that moment, before the feeling even passed, a quieter thought showed up. Why am I like this? Why does everything hit me so hard? What if the answer isn't what you've been told? You've probably learned to apologize for it. A quick, "Sorry, I'm emotional," before wiping your face and hoping no one noticed. You've learned to look up, just to stop the tears from falling in public. You've learned which songs not to play when you're already feeling fragile. And maybe you've spent years wondering if there's something fundamentally too sensitive about the way you're wired. Maybe someone called you too much. Maybe you were told to toughen up. Maybe, at some point, you just quietly agreed. But here's what's actually happening. People who cry easily are not emotionally unstable. They are emotionally permeable. There's a difference. Instability means you lose control. Permeability means you receive deeply. It means there's no thick wall between you and what you experience. And in a world that rewards numbness, that's often been framed as a flaw. But it isn't. Psychologist Elaine Aron spent decades researching a trait she called high sensory processing sensitivity. It affects roughly 15 to 20% of people. Those with this trait process things more deeply. They feel more. They notice more. They're moved more easily. By beauty, by injustice, by music, even by the expression on a stranger's face. This is not a disorder. It is not fragility. It's a neurological orientation toward depth. And the tears? They're not weakness leaking out. They're a signal. Your nervous system is telling you that something has landed. Something real. Something meaningful. The people who never cry aren't necessarily stronger. Sometimes, they're just further away from themselves. Here's what's happening inside your brain. When you experience something emotionally significant, a piece of music, a moment of unexpected kindness, a scene that quietly mirrors your own unspoken pain, your limbic system activates. This is the emotional center of your brain. In highly sensitive people, this system has a lower activation threshold. It doesn't take much to trigger it. Think of it like this. Most people have their emotional volume set somewhere in the middle. Yours is turned up higher, not broken, not miscalibrated, just more responsive. Research shows that highly sensitive people often have increased activity in a part of the brain linked to self-awareness and empathy, which means you don't just notice emotions, you feel them fully. You live inside them. And the act of crying itself? It's not random. Emotional tears are actually different from the tears caused by dust or wind. They contain chemicals that help your body calm down and release tension. So when you cry and feel lighter afterward, that's not in your head. That's your body doing exactly what it's designed to do. It's regulating. So how do you live well with a nervous system like this? Not by hardening it, but by understanding it. Principle 1. Stop treating it like a problem. When you cry, notice the instinct to apologize or hide it. Instead, pause and ask, what just touched me? What landed inside me? Your emotions are not interruptions. They're information. Without emotion, we lose our ability to make meaningful decisions. Your sensitivity isn't getting in the way of your thinking. It is your thinking at its deepest level. Principle 2. Create space to recover. If you feel deeply, you also need to recover deeply. Not because you're weak, but because a finely tuned system needs care. Slow down. Breathe. Spend time in environments that feel safe and familiar. Give yourself permission to reset, not as a luxury, as something necessary. Principle 3. Know what's yours. There's a difference between feeling with someone and becoming what they feel. Sensitive people often absorb emotions from others without realizing it. You walk into a room and feel tension instantly. You leave conversations carrying emotions that weren't yours to begin with. So gently ask yourself, is this mine? That one question can bring you back to yourself. The same sensitivity that makes you cry at small things is the same sensitivity that helps you read people, that helps you notice what others miss, that allows you to create things others can feel. It's the same part of you that sees beauty in places others walk past. Your emotional depth is not a weakness. It's capacity. Think of your inner world like a deep body of water. Most people live near the surface. Things touch them, but only lightly. You live closer to the depths. When something moves, it moves through all of you. That's not a flaw. That's what depth feels like. The goal is not to become shallow. The goal is to learn how to swim, to move through your emotions without drowning in them, to feel everything, and still find your way back. You were never given too many feelings. You were given a nervous system that experiences life fully. And yes, it comes with a cost. It takes energy. It takes recovery. Sometimes it brings tears at the wrong time, but it also gives you something most people spend their lives searching for: a life that actually lands. Moments that stay with you, a depth of presence that can't be faked. You are not too much. You are exactly what depth looks like.